This episode contains loud noises, action sequences, sirens, and claustrophobia.
Arden is brought to you, as always, by Werewolf Industries, the people.
Hello, listeners. It's me, Bea Casely, host of the popular true crime comedy, true crime podcast, Arden. As you know, like Aaron Sorkin's The Newsroom, Arden operates on a 1-year delay. Andy, what is this? We're real. We don't operate on a 1-year delay. I'm here, right now, in the year 2019.
Keep reading.
Okay. But imagine if your Arden favorites existed on a 90-year delay. Wait, what?
Oh, Bea, haven't you imagined what might happen if we lived in the 1930s?
No. With the Wheyface What-If button, you can find out what might have happened to the Arden characters if everything about their show was different, but they were somehow sort of the same people. Like they were wearing costumes for Halloween, only much more elaborate. Really, Andy, that's your tie to Halloween? Seems pretty tenuous.
Which is why we're recording this in a graveyard at midnight. Eastern, 9 p.m. Pacific.
You can even find out what all your Arden faves sound like when other people write them.
Except right now. The same people are writing us right now. And you can tell this whole thing isn't canon because Sarah hasn't cut every single one of Emily's meta references.
None of this makes any sense. Wait, if I push this button, will it end the ad?
Yes, but the alterations to the multiverse will be impossible to...
Now, would you get a load of this place?
Well, if it isn't Miss Rosalind Ursula of the Arden Chronicle. So this is the woman who's been giving me so much trouble in the papers. As I'm sure you're well aware, Rosie, my girl, your review of the Golden Mennonite nearly sunk my studio.
Funny. For all my efforts, you don't seem to be doing too bad for yourself. Such sophisticated tastes in here. Such expensive smells. Is that statue meant to be Julie Slapsem?
Highly impressive, isn't it?
Looks more like she's highly oppressed, but I must say, you're looking quite dapper tonight, Mr. Wheyface. Your handsome silk robe is a nice touch.
Oh, no. Please. You're the vision tonight, Roz, with that shawl of luxurious fur wrapped around your shoulders. One thing, would you mind putting out that cigarette while we talk?
Oh, of course. How rude of me. I'll snuff it right out. Do you have a light?
I've got one right here. Allow me.
So, to what do you owe the pleasure of my company this evening? Oh, and don't you worry about this whole thing. This is just a recording device I keep for my protection. I wouldn't want my subscribers thinking my opinions about your movies were compromised after tonight. And you. What is that you've got there, that thing on your neck?
Oh, this is my marmoset, Jacques. He keeps me company while keeping my beard clean. But Roz, my girl, I haven't called you here tonight because of your skill as a critic. I've got a special problem a mutual contact has assured me you have the particular skills for.
I see. Well, why don't we just sit down and you can tell me all about your special problem?
You see, Rosie, it begins like this. I've got a brilliant idea for a new film. It's about a handsome and roguish young billionaire / film producer who wins the heart of a gentle lady by placing on her neck a rare and precious family gem.
Exquisite. I love a good gem story. Tell me more.
After the gem, the lady falls madly in love with the billionaire.
No, tell me more about the gem. Is the enormous size and rarity of it what makes it so deliciously mysterious?
Well, it's really more the Celtic curse that was once placed on the gem that lends it to all that unnerving mystery.
I'm sorry. Did you say a curse?
Yes, sure. One of those ancient hexes that would cause two unsuspected souls to switch lives, your standard enchanted artifacts fodder, and all so terribly unimportant to the story. No, this film is all about the woman falling for the very rich man. After that, they live happily ever after. They get a dog at some point. She watches him work his muscles in the home gym. She loves it. And she fills his heart with so much joy and love that he never feels another ounce of loneliness. At the end of their lives together, they both pass away of old age in their sleep. Exactly the same moment.
I'm struggling to see the plot.
It'll come to you. We're still in the works with casting, but I do have something far better to start with. The jewel. I shall give her my family's precious capsum Cape Ruby. The problem is I've misplaced it. And that's why I've called you here, Rosie. I need you to help me find it.
Well, that's all very interesting, Mr. Wheyface, but I'm no jewel thief.
I agree. You wouldn't stoop to something so uncouth. Your senses are too refined. I mean, just look at the way you're suddenly wearing that handsome silk robe.
Oh, well, what's that you're pulling from your pocket?
It's a necklace, Rosalind. Here, catch. Nice reflexes, Jacques. Wait a minute. Jacques, how did you get over there on Rosalind's shoulders?
This ruby is beautiful. But it's a fake.
I knew you would know. My informant made sure to give me a very thorough account of your roster of talents, but only one was a real mystery to me. You have a nose for jewels.
Oh, I could sniff a fake from a mile away. Daddy always said I had a nose like a bloodhound when it came to authenticating rare gems. Also, I feel it pertinent to mention that the false ruby is extremely cursed. The Celtic origin, the soul-switching hex, oh, it's all here. In fact, ooh, it's burning my skin.
Okay, yes, so I remember now. Those were two different necklaces.
By the way, do you mind putting out your cigarettes, Andrew? They're clouding my special sense.
How about of course? Care for a smoke?
Well, what's all this now?
Now, Rosie, they told me you were good, but now it's time to see just how good. The real Ruby has always lived deep inside the Wheyface Manor, but in order to protect it, I long ago planted 1,000 fake rubies to throw off any inclement jewel thieves. Somewhere amongst these heaving pile of imitations lies the real capsum case ruby. I hope. With any luck, we'll find the real gem, which, as we've discovered, does not carry the Celtic curse at the very least. And it'll be as lovely as a rose on your lips.
Do you mean as lovely as the rouge on your lips? Just take a look in my pocket mirror, Andy. You're a vision.
Why, yes. Yes, I am. And how nicely this color goes with the luxurious fur shawl about my shoulders.
Shall we?
Well, what's the matter, Miss Ursula? Why'd you stop sniffing these fake rubies? And why are you stroking your spontaneous and clean beard in so troubled a manner?
I don't know, Andy. I think I've just realized how terribly lonely I am. All alone, by myself, in this big house full of booby traps and fake rubies. All I have is Jacques. Jacques in my pictures, and billions of dollars, and half of this block, and the other half with an agreement still pending, but oh, buildings and billions can't make a person happy on their own. Only love can do that. Only love can... I'm sorry, are you recording this?
For my protection. I can't help feeling I'm being compromised by what's going on here.
Oh, that's fair.
And I wanted to say, Miss Ursula, ma'am, that you don't exactly have nobody. What about all those glorious people who go to the movies? People love the movies. You know, just the other day I saw a comedy about a young man from the marshes of Louisiana who moved to the big city for a job at the warehouses. He possessed a hilarious notion that he could make his way up the corporate ladder through sheer hard work and perseverance. But due to a series of harsh setbacks and unwinnable moral conundrums, which he never had a chance of foreseeing, he ended up being crushed under the thumbs of his corporate overlords.
Wait. Hold on a minute. Andy, say that again.
You know, I thought the film was righteously funny when I saw it last week, but for some reason, I'm now wondering, were the actions of the warehouse owners actually terrible and destructive? Were they wrong to take advantage of those poor and hapless workers for their exclusive benefit? Should any one person possess $1 billion?
Well, that's it. Andy, you're an absolute doll. I know what I need to do now. I'll make a movie.
Well, as long as you don't expect me to withhold my real opinions.
It'll be about a soiree of a lifetime, held in the manner of a mind-bogglingly gorgeous billionaire.
I'm struggling here plot-wise.
A billionaire with a marmoset named Jacques that loves her the most.
Not true!
Who emerges into the din of the party with a precious, authentic family jewel gleaming on her neck. Then, love at first sight. Get on your feet, sweet cheeks. Every last one of these rubies is a fake, and between you and me, I'm pretty sure about 100 of those were just rocks. You and I will get to work finding the real ruby, so I can make that grand entrance before anybody particularly important or jewel susceptible leaves this room. Got it? Come on, kiddo. Strange. This evening's a little too elegant for it, but I could swear I'm detecting the subtle whiffs of a barbecue.
Oh no, Miss Ursula. That's my skin.
Andy, is that a cursed gem? Why do you still have that?
Honest to God, I thought it was a cigarette. There are so many. I can't stop lighting them. Miss Ursula, I can't control it.
Oh.
I can't.
It's okay. There.
On some level, I always knew this is where I was headed. Where am I? I can't see! Let me out of here! Julie Slapsem, locked in a wooden box, pigeonholed forever. I should have known I was in trouble the second that dame walked up to me after we wrapped for the day and said,
Wow. Ready to run lines, Julie? I can read Jasper.
Might as well, Pammy Pink. Might as well.
Heck, I know I'm just a penniless artist, Dottie, but I've got a love in me as big as Michelangelo's David.
Hey now, no overcompensating till I've had my coffee.
And I can prove it to you, too. I didn't come here empty-handed.
Oh, hang on, fella, before you go whipping out any dime store earrings.
I'm no fool to think Dottie Lang could be won over with trinkets. That's why I brought you. Oh, can I pull the sheet over the statue when I say the line like Rick Barrel does?
Barrel so pie-eyed by lunchtime, it's amazing he doesn't pull down the boom.
Julie, please?
No skin off my moneymaker.
Yay! Okay. I'm no fool to think Dottie Lang could be won over with trinkets. That's why I brought you art.
Lord, that eyesore. Why, Jasper Mills, it's the loveliest thing I've ever seen.
How could it not be, Dottie? It looks just like you.
I think this just might be the most romantic Halloween of my life.
Trick or treat, kiddo. Trick or treat.
Oh, for the love of... Let's leave it there, Pam. I think I'm full up.
Don't you think it's just the most romantic moment ever?
Nickel's worth of advice, Pammy. Show me a fellow who wins you over with art, and I'll show you a fellow you'll be supporting for the rest of your life.
Me and my girlfriends will be swooning when we see this.
Even after you've seen how the sausage is made, how much I hate my lines, how me and Beryl don't even speak between takes.
I guess I'm just guileless, gullible, and innocent that way. Aren't you at least excited to see the statue unveiled tonight at Andy Wheyface's star-studded soiree?
I'm not going.
But all of Hollywood will be there.
That's supposed to be catnip? All the backstabbers in one house? Nope. It's warm milk and an early night for Julie Slapsem.
I'd give anything to go to that party.
Then this is your lucky day, Pammy Pink, 'cause you're going.
But surely they won't admit a poor little script girl like me.
They will if you have my invitation.
Oh, Julie, I can't possibly accept this.
You can and you will. Have some extra bubbly on me. Andy's pain.
You're really not going.
The only thing that would get me into that dud of a party is if I could get my hands on that stupid contract I signed letting Birdbrain Wheyface pick all my roles for the next 10 years.
But don't you like making those little romantic comedies?
Who needs fantasies about rich people making puppy eyes in front of kick lines? They got a depression on. I want to play realism, suffering, human tragedy, and striving. I could have killed in the Golden Mennonite.
Though that did lose a lot of money.
But as long as that contract's in one piece in Wheyface's underground vault, I'll be wearing ball gowns till they bury me in one.
Yeah. And nothing's going in that vault tonight except that statue.
Say what?
I heard Andy talking to Mickey and Props. They're unveiling a statue as a big promo for Petrified by Love. Then his guys are storing it in the vault for the night. It really does look just like you, Julie.
It sure does, Pammy Pink. It sure does. And just like that, my fate was sealed. I spent the rest of that afternoon yanking that silly statue off its pedestal, stashing it in a closet, and making myself up to look just like it. All those years of playing motionless background extras were about to pay off. Around 7 p.m., the men came to box me up for the delivery to the Wheyface Manor. Desperate? Sure. But don't they say an animal will gnaw off its leg to get out of a trap? There was a contract out there that needed some serious gnawing.
Welcome to my Halloween party. All rights reserved.
Pray you never find out how hot it gets under a drape in a room full of people when you're made up to look like a statue. But I didn't budge.
In honor of our Wheyface Pictures' forthcoming Halloween love story, Petrified by Love, I give you the spitting image of our very own, and I do mean that in a binding legal sense, Julie Slapsem.
It took all my discipline not to flick my eyes around the room and see which of the phonies and percentage skimmers showed their lifted faces tonight. But I kept my eyes front, which is why the first thing I saw was my script girl, Pammy Pink, saying something strange to some two-bit gossip columnist.
Pamela Pink. I tell you, no matter how many times I visit Wheyface Manor, I always get turned around.
Pamela, now. And she'd been here before? The way she'd been talking that afternoon. But I didn't have time to worry about that. All I could do was hold still and hope everyone got sauced and bored early. An hour later, I knew I was in real trouble. My body was seizing up like an engine on a hot day. The party wasn't slowing down. They just let another reporter in.
Sire, may I present to you Miss Rosalind Ursula of the Arden Chronicle?
Yes, you certainly may.
Even worse, people were coming over to the statue for a closer look.
Such a shame she couldn't make it tonight.
What's your favorite Julie Slapsem movie?
Ooh, gotta be Jane's Boston Nightclub. You?
All scotch, no soda. But honestly, as long as it's funny and she gets the fella.
I was about to risk relaxing one arm for 1 second when I was surrounded by that first reporter, some tough-looking broad in a sensational gown. And Pammy.
Geez, with all the peppy movies she's made, you'd think they'd cook up a less miserable statue.
Don't you just love Julie Slapsem romances?
Honestly, I'm kind of obsessed with Julie Slapsem.
Me too.
I was obsessed with her first.
Well, why don't you make a federal case out of it?
Maybe I will.
I know how bad she wants to break out of those movies, but she doesn't understand how much those movies mean to people like me. We don't save our dimes to see folks being poor and lonely like we are. No. We want to escape.
In the middle of this apple-cheeked speech, what do I see out of the corner of my eye but the reporter lady filching a piece of paper right out of Pammy's pocket?
Those sad, realistic movies just make me feel hopeless. But Julie's comedies make me believe.
What do they make you believe, Pammy Pink?
That one day I might be rich, carefree, and in love too. That a dream like that isn't beyond my reach.
I should have said something, right? What if that paper was important to her? But I had another piece of paper to worry about, so I held my tongue. I felt like a heel, but she might as well learn. Your heroes always let you down.
Well, what's all this now?
Now, Rosie, they told me you were good, but now it's time to see just how good. The real Ruby has always lived deep inside the Wheyface.
By now, I had no idea how much time had passed. Most folks had left, but now Wheyface and the second reporter were into some kinky jewel-smelling action. I was just about to give up on everything and scream for help when the boxmen finally came. Where am I? I can't see! Let me out of here! I woke up to a full-blown panic before I remembered where I was. Right! Oh, right! Oh. I pulled out the crowbar I had taped inside my sleeve and pried up one corner of the box. I was just about to start working on the other end when I realized I wasn't alone. Some person, I could only make him out in shadow, was stealing some stone from Wheyface's private vault and leaving a piece of paper behind. But I wasn't there to solve mysteries. I was there to get free. I watched the shadow person wipe the joint down and leave. I was just about to lift the lid a second time when...
And now it and I are long gone from the party.
Two people this time! Suddenly Andy's vault is Grand Central Station! Once again, all I could do was wait. I opened that lid like it was hooked to a landmine, but I guess third time was the charm. I was finally alone in the vault, and this was when things got even weirder. I was expecting a whole to-do with breaking into the vault, but I guess Shadow Guy from before already did it. Everything was wide open. My contract was sitting right there. I grabbed it and made tracks. But the weird didn't stop there. On my way out, I was all set to face down a gauntlet of hideous death traps, only... What the heck? They were all disabled. Like someone had triggered them all ahead of time. Rack of saws, stone slab, wall of flames, all kaput. But surely I still had one challenge to face before I was golden. The passage back into the main floor of Wheyface Manor. Surely that would still be sealed. I guess it wasn't sealed. As I stepped out of the passage back into the manor itself, I thought, maybe I figured things wrong all along. Or maybe life can be as easy as it is for one of my bubbly, lovable characters. Or maybe stuff just works out.
Julie Slapsem? Is that my contract in your hand?
And just like that, I was rumbled. As the lights came on, I saw Andy, that second reporter, and the boxman between me and the door. I can explain.
I'll take that.
I could hear the cops pulling up outside. I was cooked. It was either prison or rom-coms forever.
How dare you go through my private things? I would venture to say that you are the only person in all of history who has ever gained access to my vault. But before I turn you over to the iron hand of the law. I must know how you did it.
Well, since you seem to have absorbed Andy's personality and authority in some mystical fashion, I'll explain it to you. I pretended to be my own statue.
Oh, that statue was on the pedestal for hours.
All through the party, all through the ruby sniffing. I'm not judging, by the way.
That was you?
All along.
You gotta hand it to her.
More than hand it to her. I'm so impressed by what you've accomplished this evening that I'm going to send the police away and start casting you in a wide variety of dramatic roles.
Really? Oh, do you mean it?
Well, it's like I've always said, young lady. If you can play a statue, you can play anything. Now, I've got a picture coming up about a blind Dust Bowl Okie who stands up to the mining company. What do you say?
I'm working up the tears right now. But then I thought about that sweet, innocent, permanently impoverished Pammy Pink, and those words she said to my motionless edifice earlier that night. But maybe throw a few frothy romances in there.
Whatever you say, Julie. And I suspect the next statue in your life will be a little golden one.
By the time I arrived, the party was already in full swing. I'd barely gotten 3 steps into the house before I ran smack dab into one of the guests.
Oh, hi. Hello there.
She introduced herself, said her name was
Pamela Pink. I tell you, no matter how many times I visit Wheyface Manor, I always get turned around. I've been trying to figure out the layout of this place for months, but well, I thought I was heading towards the dining room, but nope. Front foyer. Wait. I'll get it right next time. Is this your first time on the grounds, Miss?
St. John, Miriam St. John, star reporter from the Evening Post, and I'm afraid I'm not here in a social capacity.
Oh, well, nice to meet you, Miss St. John. What are you here to do tonight? I mean, what's your thing?
It's not the what, but the who. And the who in question is Andrew J. Wheyface, the master of ceremonies for this All Hallows hootenanny. He gave my office the old ring-a-ding and told us to get one of our star reporters down to his suite. Toot to suite. He wants an exclusive profile written up on his decadent partying and scandalous lifestyle.
I mean, honestly, yeah, that tracks. Well, I think that door leads to one of Mr. Wheyface's offices if you would like to skedaddle.
I would, I could, I positively should. And now I'm going to. Would you be a doll and tell Mr. Wheyface that a member of the press corps is in attendance for a quick confab?
Well, I'm not. I don't think I'll skedaddle myself.
I stepped into the office and made myself comfortable while I awaited Mr. Wheyface. For 10 minutes, the only company I had was a rather severe portrait of the master of the house. Then, the door opened with a bang. Finally, I must say, Mr. Wheyface, it is not very courteous to keep a top-notch stringer chomping at the bit to... Oh.
Ma'am, evening.
Officer, how do you do? It wasn't Mr. Wheyface at all. It was one of California's girls in blue. Although who she was, or why she was here, I couldn't possibly fathom.
My name is Officer Farrell.
Oh, she's going to tell me. How convenient.
We got a call about some strange folks wandering around the property. I just need to ask Mr. Wheyface some questions, and then I can be on my way.
For about 10 minutes, we just sat in silence. Then, Officer Farrell developed a sudden interest in the portrait on the wall.
Kind of a strange thing to put in an office, don't you think, miss? Big honkin' painting like this.
Officer?
Well, you know how these rich folks are. They have all these strange nooks where they put their valuables. Makes me wonder if there's a safe or something behind this painting. Holy frijoles, there totally is a secret safe behind this painting. But then again, I think you already knew that, didn't you?
How do you mean? Oh, fine. Okay, very clever, officer. But you'll be disappointed to hear there wasn't much of interest in there. Just this necklace that...
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you mean this necklace?
When did you...
A good magician never reveals her tricks.
I suppose not. But your wallet might be more obliging, Officer Farrell. Or is it Bentley?
What? How did... Okay, you're good.
You're fantastic. Who are you?
You ever hear of the caper of the great skunk ape idol of the Smithsonian?
Oh my God. Bentley. You're that Brenda Bentley.
The one and only. And wait a minute. Reporter cover story? You're Bea Casely.
Guilty as charged. And with my rap sheet, that's a lot of charges.
You're legendary. You're the reason why they call it case-laying a joint.
Oh, well, I don't like to brag. Oh, who am I kidding? I love to brag. During this one job in Prague, I was...
What are you doing here? Oh, don't tell me you're here to rob the party.
Well, one very specific part of the party. Once I've infiltrated Andrew Wheyface's elite soiree, I will penetrate his defenses and steal the most valuable item in his collection. I intend to claim the capsum...
I'm here to steal the capsum case ruby.
What? No, you can't. I'm here to steal the capsum case ruby.
Then you should have called it.
You can't call a priceless artifact.
I think I just did.
No. We're going to play this fair and square. In accordance to the first postulate of the Cat Burglars' International Covenant of Gentleperson Thievery.
You mean?
Oh, yes, I do. Finders, keepers.
Fine by me. May the best woman win.
Oh, please. You really think you're going to get anywhere dressed as a cop?
Boom! Fancy evening wear underneath the professional uniform. It's the oldest trick in the book. What? Why are you looking at me like that?
What? No, I'm not looking at... Shut up! I'm gonna get that ruby before you do.
Game on, Casely. Game on.
And the game was indeed on. If I was going to steal the capsum case ruby before Brenda did, I was going to have to give it my all. The key for both of us would be to stay on task, to look for hidden vaults or safes, and above all, not to get distracted. Admiral, it's such a lovely pocket watch. Any chance I could see it for a moment?
Absolutely, Your Honor. I think you should absolutely hear that case. And may I say, that's a lovely brooch.
You're right, Senator. It is a very striking statue. Very lifelike. And that's a very beautiful ring on your hand.
Oh, come on. You can have one more drink. Now hold out those cufflinks. I mean, hold out your hands.
2 hours of larceny, reconnaissance, went by before I ran into Brenda again. Oh!
Hey, Casely.
Brenda? How is your search for the capsum case ruby going?
Excellent.
Good.
Yours?
Terrific.
Wonderful.
No, okay, fine. I
don't
nothing.
know where
Wait,
this...
You have nothing?
Whoa,
Oh, thank God.
Seriously? That's a relief. Well, aren't we a pair?
There has to be something we're missing. There's only so many places you could hide a ruby the size of a fist.
Yeah, but in a big house like this, it may take a while for... Hold the gramophone! Oh, thank you. I can barely hear myself think over that thing. Now, what is that?
What, this? It's nothing. Just a piece of paper I pickpocketed off of somebody pink. I ran into her when I first got here. Got a little bored with what she was saying, so I just helped myself. But there's nothing on it.
No, but I thought I... Here, hang on. Hold it up to the fire.
Invisible ink!
Oh, hold it still. What does it say?
Wheyface Manor, secret entrances and passageways. Oh, she did say something about trying to figure out the layout of this house. And here, look. In library, switch hidden in third bookshelf, behind first edition copy of The Amateur Cracksman.
Pay dirt.
The secret passageway. This must lead to Wheyface Manor's hidden vault and the capsum case ruby.
Oh, baby, here I come.
I believe you mean here I come?
I do not mean that.
If I hadn't stolen that note, you would have never found this passageway.
Who cares about the note? If I hadn't spotted the secret message, we never would have been here. So if
I would have spotted the secret
you're going
message
to get the treasure,
literally, you didn't even give me 5 minutes. Like
coming,
seriously, 2 minutes more,
honey.
and I would have spotted that. Wait, what did you say? Another think coming? Another think with a K? How does that even make sense? It's obviously another thing coming. Thing. Like I'm waiting for something to come. You're gonna give me.
We couldn't really
something.
come to an
What, I'm gonna have
agreement
to
about
think.
who had the better claim to the CCR, so we reluctantly went together. The passageway underneath Wheyface Manor was actually pretty creepy. What is it about rich men and strange cave networks underneath their homes? Still, it wasn't too bad. Until...
Casely, you see that?
What in tarnation? Why is there a note just hanging on the wall of this dark, creepy tunnel?
Here.
To whom it may concern. Thank you for choosing to be brutalized by the Wheyface Industries luxury home security system. Wheyface Industries. The good people. Which if you're reading this, you're probably not.
Okay. I have a bad feeling about this.
Ah! Is that a saw? What kind of maniac has a saw-based security system?
I don't know. But Casely, behind you!
What? Holy shit!
Okay, folks. Here's where things got a little hectic. The security system beneath Wheyface Manor was not messing around. If it hadn't been for our cat-like reflexes...
Casely, get down! No, to the left! No, the other left! No, the other!
You're not helping!
Not to mention our expertise with mechanical devices.
God, how do you jam this thing? How do you jam this?
Just hit it really hard.
Plus the way we always kept our guard up.
Ha! Is that the best you got? It's gonna take more than that to lick Bentley and Casely.
Is that a giant boulder?
Yeah, okay, that might do the trick.
Run!
But finally.
Okay. I think...
Yeah. That's the last of it.
Which means this door has to be the vault.
Right. So, how do you want to settle which one of us steals God damn it! Stop doing that! Bentley, you can't just kick the...
Whoa! Check out this room!
The Wheyface vault. Look at all this stuff. Suits of armor, gold doubloons, and holy cow, is that an Easter Island head?
You mean behind the Egyptian sarcophagus?
Good lord. And, wait a minute. Look, behind that very large crate, that glass display. That must be where the ruby...
Wait, it's mine. I saw it first.
Nuh-uh. I got to the house first. That means I got dibs.
Oh, I thought you didn't believe in dibs.
I will, as soon as I get my hands on that... Aha!
Oh. No ruby.
Just another piece of paper?
Dear Bentley and Casely. Frightfully sorry, but I'm afraid neither of you get the capsule case ruby. By now, it and I are long gone from the party. But thank you very much for getting your fingerprints all over the vault, the case, and the traps. It will certainly make it easier for me to avoid any undue suspicions from the police. Needless to say, I was the one who tipped you both off about the party tonight. The police, the real police, have been notified of a break-in, so I do recommend you clear the premises at your earliest convenience. Fondest wishes, Pamela Pink! Son of a bitch!
That Weasley conniving, she stole the ruby?
And left the two of us holding the bag. Classic. I can't believe
Bentley, shh! You hear that? We need to get out of here. I can't believe how easy it was to get out of there.
Oh yeah, the police here are awful. They couldn't catch a fish in a barrel.
It's not exactly how the expression goes. It's more like,
I can't believe it. We went through all of that trouble for nothing.
oh, here. You dropped this diamond necklace.
For nothing. Plus, we're gonna have to lay low for a while.
Yeah. You know, we could always get out of the country for a little while. It'd be nice to have a traveling companion.
Yeah?
I've always wanted to go to Paris. And then, you know, steal everything there.
And then we'd have Paris.
We'd always have Paris.
Happy Halloween, everyone. We learned a lot, didn't we?
I wouldn't say we learned anything, actually.
We learned about the power of friendship.
Okay. If this was a what-if machine, why were we all at the same party in the 1930s?
So we only had to build one set, of course.
On the other hand, we need to talk about the costume budget. It was out of control.
Oh, speaking of which, didn't I look great? I really would have killed it in the 1930s.
Yes, you specifically would have put the great in the Great Depression.
Thank you.
Well, everyone, that's it for our Halloween special. Oh, me? Yes, I can see you. I can see you all the time. Just remember, when you're listening, I'm looking right at you. I can also do this. The Arden Halloween Special was written by Ivuoma Okoro, Mac Rogers, and Gabriel Urbina, and directed by Emily Vanderwerf. Arden is created and executive produced by Emily Vanderwerf, Christopher Dole, and Sarah Galeb. This episode was edited by Christopher Dole and sound designed by Tal Manier. Arden stars Michelle Agresti, Tracy Syed, Shannon Estabrook, Shalita Gaston, Benjamin Watts, never mind, and Lindsay Zana. Our guest stars were Tal Manier and Alex Welch. Find us at ardenpodcast.com and all social media platforms. And if you like us, consider tossing us a few dollars on Patreon. Arden is produced in Los Angeles County on the ancestral lands of the Tongva, Tataviam, and Shumash. We'll be back on November 9th to finish out our second season. In fact, here's a little sneaky peek. Until then, remember, I see you when you're sleeping. I know when you're awake.
Wrong holiday, Andy.
Is it? Right. The sneaky peek.
Pamela Pink. To what do I owe the honor?
I have a problem. I need someone I can trust.
Is this about Hamel Hills?
Good evening, ghost hunters. I am, of course, Rosalind Ursula, and I am here with Miss Pamela Pink, and we are going to find some ghosts.
We're not going to find some ghosts.
Place your bets.
Did they look into Dana closely at all last time?
All kinds of people could have been on the ranch that night, but her car was spotted in town.
Mom, Dad, this is my girlfriend, Beyonce, Lorena.
I'm Connie Casely, Bia's mom.
I'm gonna hold a seance. It's too much death on the ranch. I gotta get comfortable with it. Drop the ghost line.
Imagine nothing here and trying to put something here. You have to be hard, have to.
I'm done with you using me. I'm done with your whole fucked up family.
Some people see a tree and say, oh, what a lovely tree. You see a tree and say, I gotta go sharpen my axe.
Wait. Marry me.
You need to go back to Los Angeles.
People move past things, hun.
Do they? Look at the world. How many grudges?
The world is the world. You're my daughter.
My stepdaughter has decided she will no longer cooperate with Arden.
Thanks. Thanks for listening.
I think he's dead.
Oh, what a wonderful dream. Too bad none of it was canon. Oh well.